I was thinking of the first draft of the cover, because obviously it goes through many different iterations before.
The stage lights dim, and a haunting silence falls. Artists like Billie Marten are fighting for survival in an industry that's bleeding them dry. Will their voices be heard, or will the music die in the shadow of giants like Taylor Swift? Imagine standing on a stage, your heart pounding, your fingers strumming the chords of a song you've poured your soul into. The crowd is electric, screaming your name, but when the lights go out, you're left with a chilling truth. You can't afford to keep doing this. This is the gut-wrenching reality for Billie Marten, a Yorkshire singer-songwriter whose fifth album, Dog-Eared, dropped in July 2025 to critical acclaim, but not a paycheck to match. In a raw, no-holds-barred interview, Marten pulled back the curtain on a music industry that's pushing artists into financial ruin while funneling fortunes to the elite. Her words are a battle cry. We're all paying Taylor Swift. A broken system exposed. The music industry in 2025 is a glittering facade, hiding a grim reality. Music sales are soaring, hitting a 20-year high, yet artists like Marten are scraping by, earning less than the average UK worker. I've worked the hardest and the longest, and I am the most busy I've ever been, and I am not doing great, Marten confessed to The Independent, her voice heavy with frustration. Her story isn't just personal, it's a symptom of a diseased system where streaming giants like Spotify and major labels like Sony siphon off profits, leaving artists to drown in debt. Marten didn't mince words. Everyone that's hanging on to the artist is buying houses and having families and going on holiday. And the artists could never dream of doing that. It's funny. The numbers tell a brutal story. Spotify's 2023 policy means songs only earn royalties after hitting 1,000 streams, a threshold most independent artists never reach. Meanwhile, superstars like Taylor Swift dominate payouts, creating a chasm between the industry's haves and have-nots. There's too much music and too many famous people, Marten said, her words dripping with exasperation. Less money is going to mid-level and low-level artists. It's a capitalist mentality, essentially. She's not wrong. The UK's music scene is in freefall, with grassroots venues, the cradles of tomorrow's stars, closing at a rate of one every 2 weeks. Touring, once an artist's lifeline, has plummeted by 74% since pre-pandemic days, crushed by skyrocketing costs and dwindling returns. The fallout ignites. When Marten's interview hit, the music world erupted. NME's headline screamed, Billie Marten. Mostly, artists are in financial ruin, we're all paying Taylor Swift, and the internet lost it. On X, fans and fellow artists rallied behind her, their posts a mix of heartbreak and rage. This is why I stopped buying from major labels, one user wrote, their tweet liked over 10,000 times. Billie's speaking for every artist out there struggling to eat. This industry is a scam. The hashtag #SaveGrassrootsMusic trended for days, with fans sharing photos of shuttered venues and stories of bands quitting because they couldn't afford gas for the tour van. One viral post read, "My local venue closed last month. No more live music where I live. This is a crisis." But not everyone was on board. Some ex-users clapped back, accusing Marten of whining. If she's not making money, maybe she's not good enough. One troll sneered, sparking heated debates. Another posted, Spotify pays what the market demands. Artists need to adapt or die. The divide was stark. Fans and artists demanding change versus skeptics defending the status quo. Music outlets like Pitchfork, DIY, and Rolling Stone amplified the story, framing it as a reckoning. The music industry is eating its young, Pitchfork's op-ed declared, while DIY asked, can indie artists survive this apocalypse? Social media became a battleground, with TikTokers stitching Marten's quotes into emotional montages of empty stages and broken guitars. Wolf Alice's Joff Audi turned up the heat, taking the fight to Parliament. In a fiery May 2025 speech, he slammed ticket companies for tacking on 20% hidden fees while resisting a proposed £1 levy on arena tickets, a small charge that could save grassroots venues and artists. It's callous, Audi said, his words echoing across X and TikTok, where clips of his speech racked up millions of views. Fans caption them with pleas like, "Save our music," and "The levy is our last hope." Then there's Kate Nash, who went full rebel in 2024 with her Butts for Tour Buses OnlyFans campaign, stripping down to fund her tours and protest an industry she called a fucking disgrace. The Guardian hailed her move as a desperate cry from a broken system, and her story trended alongside Marten's, with fans praising her audacity and sharing her crowdfunding link. A history of exploitation. This crisis didn't start yesterday. The music industry has a long, ugly history of exploiting talent. In the 90s, major labels like Sony and Universal consolidated power, locking artists into deals that left them in debt for life. The digital age promised freedom, but streaming flipped the script. Same game, new players. Spotify, Apple Music, and their ilk pay fractions of a penny per stream, and with algorithms favoring established stars, unknowns like Marten are left fighting for scraps. "I haven't recouped my deals, so it's all gone to Sony to pay for the sofas in their office," Marten quipped, her humor barely masking the sting. Grassroots venues are the collateral damage. Since 2020, rising rents, energy costs, and post-COVID recovery struggles have killed off legendary spots like London's The Lexington, Manchester's Night and Day, and Leeds' Brudenell Social Club. These aren't just buildings. They're where bands like Arctic Monkeys and Florence and The Machine cut their teeth. Without them, the talent pipeline is collapsing. Touring, meanwhile, is a financial death trap. Audi broke it down. Rehearsal space, manufacturing merchandise, musical tech equipment, band hire, crew costs, session musician fees, fuel, accommodation, per diems, management commission, agents' fees, venue merch commissions, accounting, storage. It's a huge amount. Most artists lose money or barely break even, forcing them to crowdfund, take side gigs, or quit. Kate Nash's OnlyFans gambit was a masterclass in desperation. Unable to afford tours, she turned to selling exclusive content, a move both brilliant and heartbreaking. "Artists can't even play live anymore," she told NME. "It's a disgrace." Her campaign wasn't just about money. It was a middle finger to an industry that's turned its back on its creators. Meanwhile, the numbers don't lie. Universal Music Group reported £8.5 billion in revenue in 2024, yet artists see pennies. The system isn't broken, it's built this way. This is personal. I've spent countless nights in sweaty venues, watching bands nobody's heard of play like their lives depend on it. Those moments shaped me. Music isn't just entertainment. It's a lifeline, a community, a spark. Hearing Marten, a woman who's given everything to her craft, admit she's struggling to survive hits like a punch to the gut. This isn't just about money, it's about respect. The industry's greed is strangling the very art it profits from, and that feels like a betrayal of everyone who's ever found solace in a song.